Greetings. It's Brandon. I love Hallmark movies and mysteries.
Greetings. Straight up. Greetings, it's Brian. I like Hallmark movies and mysteries straight up.
Greetings, it's Dan, and I despise Hallmark movies and mysteries straight up. And this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host this podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Wow, it's Friday.
Yes, sir.
Can you believe that?
Man, I really
Barely.
can't, Bran.
A week from today,
We'll be gearing up.
it will be the Hallmark will be playing Christmas movies this time
Right.
next week. The first new Christmas movie of the year plays next Friday night.
Boy.
A full
I honestly,
a full 10 days before Halloween.
every time it happens, it still surprises me.
I know.
We get to this time of year,
You get a little
you're
glimmer in
waiting
your
for
eye.
you're waiting for it all year, and then it's just like, what? It's the week of Hallmark Christmas season.
Yep.
Yep.
I
That's how I feel about
Is
it
it-
for sure.
is it
How you're
just
still
me?
sitting down. You're like, it's incredible. Yep.
first of all, I don't really need it from you, Dan.
What am I doing? I'm just sad. What do you need from me?
I need you to be nicer.
I just said that's how I feel about it.
I know.
I'm allowed to have an opinion, right?
No, because Dan, we're heading into our 5th season. What if have you thought about maybe it's time to change it up a little bit? To be excited?
Have you thought it's time for you to change it up a little bit?
How would I change it up?
By not being as excited or surprised that these movies happen and they're all the same?
No.
Holding out hope.
All right. So I guess we'll continue to do
I'd
what
like
we do.
to think that I've evolved.
Yeah, I'd like to think I have as well.
Well, because here's the thing, Dan. We're heading into our 5th season.
Yeah.
This is going to be half a decade
Half a decade.
Wow.
of
That's
watching
wild.
Hallmark Christmas movies together. And there's no excitement from you. There's no yes, we're doing it again.
Can I tell you this? I'm
What?
excited about the marathon.
Okay.
It's fun every year. I enjoy it immensely every year. Hanging out with people across the country and across the world, really. Chatting. People are putting up their Christmas decorations far too early. Far be it for me to tell you how to do things. That's fun. I'm excited about Christmas Con in December.
That's coming
That's
up.
going to be a fun time. I'm excited about another possible thing we've got coming out over the holiday season.
Okay.
And I'm excited to see some of my friends in these movies. We have a double-decker who wrote a movie. We
do.
Yeah.
Alicia Lemus-Gross. We have Christopher Palaha in a movie, Tyler Hines in a movie, Andrew Walker in a movie, Nikki DeLoach in a movie. So are there things I'm looking forward to, Brent? Yes. Is one of those things Christmas movies around the clock starting 10 days before Halloween? You've lost your ever-loving mind. I've evolved. I would not have said that 5 years ago. You have not.
Well, even with your evolving, you're mean about it. Like that was.
So you've changed the goalpost now. So now it's about me being mean. I am mean. I would agree with that.
I've evolved.
How?
I maybe I haven't. I'm the same. But I'll say this: have you? Speaking of Chris Palaha, did you see the preview for his movie? Have you watched? The
I
preview
skipped
yet?
it because it was a commercial.
Brutal.
How is it?
What kind of friend is he?
Oh my gosh!
It looks
Is it look
cool.
good?
So excited. At one point, he yells.
He yells?
Raises
He yells. He raises his voice.
Like Sirius raises his voice?
Like, oh, why is this happening? Something like that.
Are you a Muppet?
He does a thing.
Okay. All right.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And alpacas.
Mm-hmm.
Alpacas.
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 Yeah, we don't
Oh,
get
the
that wrong.
Degrassi.
So excited about
We
it.
don't want to offend Big Alpaca.
Never.
I'm proud of you though for your evolution.
Yeah, I know. And you told me I hadn't evolved. So now you're proud of me. It's wild.
But he had to get it out of you, I think, was
Yeah,
the point of that.
I
No,
want you to
no,
talk.
you didn't.
I want you to talk it through. And
need to
sure,
hear
would
it
I
out
like
loud.
you to be a little less mean? Yeah, I would actually like that a lot. Actually, it would actually be
It's
really
Christmas
good.
wish every
It'd be
year.
really good for my personal and mental health. But
As a neighbor.
as a neighbor, it would be really great. But as just a general, I'm happy that you have things in this season that are starting to mean something to you. Sure.
There are some tent poles throughout the holiday season that have made are really great, and I love them. Christmas Con, Marathon, seeing the people we know on the screen are all great. Here
Christmas
for it.
Con, Marathon. I don't know what comes next, but there's something
You'll get there.
Yeah.
Donkey
Hot dog
Kong.
and bologna.
Chicken and macaroni. Mid-love crisis. You see what they did there?
Oh, time out. It's like midlife, but they're
like
falling in
midlife.
love?
It's like-
This is wacky.
Again, Dan,
Yeah.
this is what I'm talking
snark.
about. This is exactly what I'm talking about, actually. I take back, there's been no evolution. You are...
Once again, I think I've proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that I have evolved and you have not.
Oh, this lawyer speak. Man.
That's right.
Come on, who are you trying
I'm
to...
great with my words. Just masking everything.
Yeah.
Let's hear about this cool Terry Hatcher movie.
Mid-Love Crisis originally aired on October 9th, 2022, and it went a little something like this. The movie kicks off with a little bit of narration, some voiceover work. I could hear Brian cheering from across town.
That was me.
The narrator talks about how much she used to love her birthdays, but now in 10 days, she's going to be 50. She's less excited for her birthday. People are calling her ma'am and whatnot. Cut to the woman. It's Mindy, and she's talking to a therapist, not her therapist. And she's like, I think you may be having a midlife crisis. It's not something that you can fix. It's something that you have to feel your way through. You have to feel your feelings. I think that's what I'm trying to get at here.
So it's not about evolving at all.
It's about...
You want to stay the exact same and stagnant, but as long as you feel those feelings,
It's
you're fine.
it's impossible to stay the same when you're feeling your feelings. Cut to
Really?
the woman. I'm sorry, I already cut to the woman. It's Mindy. So she's talking to this therapist. It's like her best friend, and they go out for day drinking and whatnot. You have to. They talk about how she's been divorced for 2 years. Her friend wants her to get back out there. Mindy is like, I don't think I can do that again. I don't think I could ever trust again. Her car then doesn't start, and so she sits on a bench. She puts her head in her hands, and she just keeps saying under her breath, feel my feelings, feel my feelings. It's at this point a hunk walks by and is like, hey, are you okay? You want to talk about it? She's like, I think maybe I'm having a midlife crisis. Finally, she looks up and she realizes that she knows the guy. It's Sammy. Just Sam now. And they start to catch up. Apparently, he's going to be in town for a little bit. He hasn't been back in town for 32 years. She's like, hey, if you want to get coffee or something, we can exchange numbers. He, at this point, starts to get a phone call, but he says to her, I don't think that's necessary. Then takes the phone call, does a little chit-chat, says I love you. And she's like, oh, okay. So he's clearly has somebody. That's why it's not necessary. She gets home. Her daughter Rita is there. She tells her how she saw her high school boyfriend Sam in town. Also, she hopes Rita isn't going to regret dropping out of med school. Rita's girlfriend and her uncle are going to be staying there for a little bit. They pull up, and guess who the uncle is? It's Sam. They start talking about how they met at a dance in high school, and they used to go out dancing all the time.
Did they dance?
Cutting rugs and whatnot.
Don't make me dance.
Don't make me dance. Rita asks what happened, and Mindy kind of avoids the question. Ancient history, if you will. Rita tells her mom and Sam that she's going to ask Emily, her girlfriend, to marry her. And Mindy isn't exactly approving of this, kind of seems taken aback, shocked. You're not going to med school anymore. You're jumping into an engagement. Maybe this isn't the best idea. She has to kind of get over it, talk through it. She talks through it with Sam. Some of these conversations happen through arguing. Some of them happen through picnics with hot cakes. And so they're talking, and they're having a really good time talking. And so she kind of opens up about how she's having a tough time with her stage of life. She's not a mother like she used to be. She's not a wife anymore. The school that she works at, that she's a teacher at, is going through some layoffs, so maybe she's not even a teacher anymore. But Sam encourages her not to be bothered by what happens in life. Rita asks mom if it's okay if she invites dad to the proposal. She says yes. So Dad shows up, and Dad is now in the house. You got Sam, you got Mindy, you got this weird combination of people, and Dad says that him and his girlfriend are no longer together, which is news to Mindy. They are all kind of hanging out, and it's awkward. Rita is planning the proposal night that she is going to be having, and she's talking to her family about how she wants to get a camper, an RV, and travel instead of staying in a place with a job. She just kind of wants to do her own thing with Emily, and Dad's not happy about this. Dad finds out that it was Sam that they kind of got this idea from, kind of lays into Sam. Who do you think you are coming in here? He's already kind of picked up on the fact that Mindy and Sam kind of have a little bit of a thing going on. There's some jealousy going on there. Dad takes Mindy out on a walk in the woods, and they start talking, and he's kind of like, maybe we could, pick this thing up where we left off type of thing. Dad's over there shooting his shot, but Sam's shooting his shot too. Because Sam says, hey, can we go out tonight? They go out, they're going dancing. Boy, are they dancing. They're just dancing. And it's big fun. It's time. The proposal night is apparently, it gets rained out. And so Rita comes up with an idea. What if instead of doing it like tomorrow, I wait 5 days. We're going to have a party. Everybody's already going to be here for a party for your birthday. So maybe I could pop the question then. And so all of them are going to be in the house together for 5 days. What could go wrong? Well, a lot goes wrong. In fact, Sam and Mindy have a huge argument because he realizes, she starts to wonder, maybe I should get back together with my husband or my ex-husband. They get into this huge argument, which causes Mindy to kind of freak out a little bit. And she's like yelling at Rita and Emily, you guys are not going to get an RV and you're not going to get engaged. And Emily's like, you're going to get engaged? What? Oh, no. So kind of ruined that moment. And so instead of waiting 5 days, and at this moment, now that it's out there, they kind of pop the question just by themselves, no one else around. They say yes, they're happy, we're all happy. Yay, Rita and Emily.
Hey.
But what about Sam? What about Mindy? What about Dad? Dad takes her for another walk, takes her to the bridge that he's afraid of. Says, time for a grand romantic gesture. Here's this fun necklace. Here is a kiss. But no, pulls away. No kiss for you. He's like, is this because of Sam? She's like, maybe partially. But at this point, Sam's already gone. Sam's like, I can't do this anymore, basically. And so
she sees him on the way back up.
Yeah. And so now it's time for the big party, birthday time. We're all excited. And the birthday is there. She's happy. But you know what makes her even happier? Sam shows up. And Sam says, hey, I got you something for your birthday. And it's a fireworks show. And then they have their own fireworks show because they kiss big ones. It's time for Sam and Mindy to have their moment. And that, my friends, was Mid-Love Crisis.
We did it.
It's time to take a quick break, and we'll come back, and we'll break this movie down with 4 segments. See, I've evolved. I'm a little more chill.
You are.
You're chill, Brand.
In my older age. We'll be right back here on Deck the Hallmark. Who am I kidding? We're back, baby! Deck the Hallmark!
You got us fooled.
I had y'all fooled. Y'all look like a bunch of fools. It's time to break this movie down. Mid-Love Crisis. Brian, did it speak to you? Did it do much for you? What'd you think of it?
I'll tell you what I thought after I address the elephant in the room.
Oh, boy.
It's in the room. It was on the screen.
In the room.
It's in the room, everybody.
In the room.
Shake it.
Don't drink that rum.
Rum.
There was an aspect of this movie that was sort of unnecessary, offensive almost, that if I didn't have to watch this movie for my job, I might have turned it off. And I feel like others probably did the same.
What was that, Bri?
and it's the bashing of the air fryer.
Yeah,
Completely unnecessary.
I agree with you on that
So
one.
polarizing. Why bring an air fryer into the discussion? Like anybody, like we need this.
There's a lot
You
of
can
that.
enjoy
There's
fried foods and also appreciate
That's what I'm saying.
all that an air fryer brings to a kitchen.
just
You know
don't
what I
have
found is that people that love air fryers just love to reheat food.
Oh no!
That's what it is.
It
What do you
does
mean
so
reheat?
much more.
I've
They
never
eat
reheated
either
something in an air
leftovers
fryer.
You
or
haven't?
frozen
No,
food.
it works well.
No.
They reheat it or they buy frozen pre-made food and they warm it up in the air fryer. The air fryer is not the best way to cook actual like good food. Let's be clear.
Oh my gosh.
But
It's
it's
a
also
quick,
like, why do you have
easy
Yeah.
pop-up meal.
It's
It is
great
not
for people who-
you know what I'll do is I'll go to the butcher shop and I'll get this great stuff and
No.
pop it in the
But
air fryer XL.
That's why you have that you can do, and that's great. And that's probably delicious. But also air fryer food too. I mean, it's there. Why are we bringing it to this level?
I don't own
and
an air fryer,
throwing it
if
in
you can
everybody's
believe it.
face. I'm not surprised by that.
But
I think you'd
D'Antona,
enjoy it.
I made you brats in
And
an
they
air
were-
fryer.
they
And you
were
thought they were
good.
really good.
But that's what I'm saying. Like quick meal, pop in a hot dog, a brat, and you there you go.
It's awesome, right? I mean, it's great that it's there. I mean, what's the? I just didn't. I thought. it
Have
was
you ever
just-
had anything that's the best come out of the air fryer?
I don't know.
It's basically a microwave, is what I'm saying, guys.
No.
You
It's
don't.
no.
air.
You don't make anything in the air fryer that's the best
The
version of that at
doctor
home.
in this movie loves it, and if a doctor,
He loves it because he doesn't
says-
care about
Of
people.
ways at home that I make steak, I like it the most in the air fryer.
Oh, that's patently absurd.
Of ways that I make it at home.
But it's not the best steak you've ever had from someone's house, right?
No steak is the best steak I've ever had, unless it's at a restaurant. like Cole's.
But of the steaks you've had at home,
it's the best steak I've ever had in the air
No.
fryer. Yes, 100%.
try this.
100%.
that is absurd.
100%.
We'll do it. We'll put it on the vlog. It'll be a
that's
be
a
fun
great
time.
idea. Air
I'll
fryer.
make a steak on the grill.
Yeah.
You make one in the air fryer.
Yeah.
Well, I try both
We'll have
of
the
them.
dogs
Great.
try them. Oh, I'll try. So that aside, I had to get that out of the way and just address it. But the snark in this movie, Hatcher.
Terry Thatcher.
You don't talk about
Terry
Tupper.
Thatcher's
Don't
a-
want to get
You
into
don't
that.
want to talk about
Talk
her.
about offensive. So James Tupper.
You rang.
No, Terry. No,
No,
it
the whole
was a
Thatcher
mistake.
family. We don't have
It was a
anything.
mistake.
Halloween.
Loves Halloween.
She loves Halloween too.
She does.
So they were great. I was surprised. How,
Spiders.
Oh, Terry. What else you got?
Terry out.
Okay.
Okay, good.
She
Good,
had
good,
me
good.
on spiders. I was into it. Yeah. So this surprised me. I liked it more than I expected. The acting was awesome. Great time for me. Felt my feelings. A lot of mental tips for me to walk away with in my
A
toolbox.
lot of mental tips
Yeah.
in your toolbox.
Yeah, I have
Good.
a lot of
That's
tips
good.
from the
That's
movie
good.
on my toolbox now to
That's
help
good.
me with my mental side.
I do think that this
You know
movie.
what's never in question is that where the air fryer fails, the 442 rates supreme.
That's true.
Because it's fresh, baby.
Always.
What do you mean it's fresh?
The 442's for fresh food. It's a grill.
It's for fresh food.
For fresh food, ninjas. Grilling it up, 442 style.
Two of
Ditch
them.
the air fryer. Get you the 442 fryer. It's not a fryer.
They have a. Okay, I was gonna say if we had a.
It's not a fryer. I don't know
not
why
a
I
fryer,
said that. It's a work in progress.
So you're working
Still
on
working on that slogan.
Yeah, clearly.
I'll get better.
Will
How many of something can you cook at once?
What are you cooking?
steaks?
Tell me what you're
Steaks.
cooking.
Home steaks at home.
You could cook a bunch of steaks at once.
How many?
That's a lot.
6, maybe 8, depending on what size 442 you get.
There's more than one size.
There's multiple
Yeah,
sizes.
there's an XL 442. Of course there is.
What does the number 4 mean?
Do you have seen a George Foreman?
Yes.
Okay. You said the clam shell?
Yep.
Double it.
XL it.
Flip it. Bigger pan.
What do you
XL.
mean flip it? It's the same,
You can flip it.
but it's the same.
It's the same either way, but you could flip it and it gets double.
But you can do that with a George Foreman grill.
For 2. No, you turn a George Foreman grill upside down. You got a mess on your hands, cowboy.
I
That
don't-
grease is going everywhere.
I can't
that
keep-
grease trap doesn't work if you turn a Foreman upside down. You're in for a world of hurt. You're getting burned 2nd, 3rd degrees on there.
So a 4 for 2 is just a double.
You're getting there.
Okay,
You're getting there.
With a grease trap.
with a grease trap. Thank you, Rick.
XL.
I really liked this movie. I thought it was really good. I think for me, I really, really, really liked Mindy and Sam together. So the first like half of this movie before Dad gets involved, I was all in. The picnic, them to like they had such good chemistry. They were knocking out of the park. And then Dad showed up and the movie kind of lost a little bit, to be honest with you. I didn't think that the Dad storyline was necessary for me. Like he just kind of annoyed me, and it made me mad that Sam wasn't on screen. Like, so that's kind of how I felt about it. I thought the movie was really great. I thought Sam and Mindy were fantastic together. I just didn't need the Dad. They could have had some sort of conflict without Dad getting involved into the thing. But that's just me. Whatever. The first hour of this movie, I absolutely adored. The second half, I adored a little bit less. But boy, acting showcases in this movie. I thought it was great all the way around. Dan?
Yeah, I would say for me, it wasn't when the Dad showed up. The last 20 minutes of this movie kind of falls on its face, in my opinion. I thought before then you had a pretty grown-up movie with people having adult conversations, good chemistry between the leads, and then it's one of the worst misunderstandings of all time. There's a weird fireworks show. There's very inconsistent rain. It doesn't make a lot. I think they wanted to make something big happen and make it not just boring in the last 20 minutes. The first hour of this movie is a very competent movie. I wouldn't say it was something that I would want to watch, but it is. The two leads are charming. It has some good dialogue in it. It's not bad. Not my favorite thing in the world, but it was fine. The last 20, 25 minutes from the time that Sam storms off, I thought was particularly bad and felt like a shoehorn for Hallmark. And I thought that was unfortunate because it ruined what I thought before then was a fairly solid effort. But the last 25 minutes of screen time here is not very good at all. So unfortunately, two leads are good dialogue, some good conversations, but doesn't really stick the landing.
Is the movie itself a metaphor for air fryers in your opinion?
To be fair, we have a convection oven at home, which is the same thing as an air fryer. It's just
better, though.
It's the same thing. Yeah.
But air fryers are better.
I think I don't know. I think convection ovens are actually better. And I think Brian would attest to that.
I think they are.
Interesting.
That's right. Do a little bit more.
If you're reheating food, convection ovens are wonderful. Air fryers are wonderful. If you're making something from scratch that started raw and you're making it for the first time, the convection oven is a punt to get it done as quickly as possible. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying food can't be good out of an air fryer or convection oven. I'm saying that is not the preferred method to make it taste as good as it possibly can. That's all I'm saying. And I think air fryers would tell you that. I think the people that make air fryers would tell you the importance is convenience and speed. That's the importance of it. That's all I'm saying. This movie is nothing like an air fryer.
What? You guys call me
you?
Terry
Yes.
Thatcher?
No,
Johnny Air
brother?
Fryer.
Johnny Air Fryer.
Johnny Air Fryer.
the air fryer.
Johnny, we got a conflict here. We're thinking, do you stand behind the air fryer as the greatest option for cooking anything raw or reheated?
To be clear here,
Are you, Johnny, are you doing a Rick Dilby impression?
No.
His voice is crystal clear.
To be clear here, I have not, nor will I ever
This is Rig doing a JFK impression.
be associated with the air fryer.
Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't see it
Did
coming.
not see that
Your
coming.
name is Johnny Air Fryer.
Yes.
Thought it was part and parcel of the whole gig.
Because right here, we have that you are the sole creator and backer
Wrong.
of the air fryer.
Wrong.
Who took it over? Big air fryer?
I've never been associated with the product air fryer.
The product?
The product. Some guy heard my last name, came up with a product.
I've got a in my ear, Trace, and this could be wrong, but your last name isn't even pronounced Air Fryer.
You're right.
It's pronounced
Air fryer.
Air Fryer. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's French.
Air Fryer. It's French.
Some guy
Okay.
read my. I am under the understanding they opened up the yellow
Do you have
pages,
time for this?
I don't think so, but we're going to
found
do it.
it, my name,
Yeah.
and said, that's not a bad idea.
Okay.
I've not seen a nickel nor a dime.
You don't
A
want
nickel
to.
nor a dime.
A quarter.
A dollar?
A dollar.
A penny?
I have seen a penny,
Okay.
but I think even that was accidental.
So you're anti-air fryer.
100%.
Good to have Johnny on my
I
side.
have had a meal made by an air fryer, though it was pristine,
There it is.
Okay.
Pristine.
and that is against my better judgment.
You can't tell a lie.
I can't. I guess that guy's gone.
I didn't know we were getting the exclusive.
It's time for the feels. Brian?
So this one gave me sort of anxiety about my kids going through all of the stages of life feels and how I'm going to be in those situations. Them growing up, getting married, doing all that stuff, and sort of faced with like, okay, at some point, probably going to be in that situation where, you know, the father of the groom, you're dealing with a proposal situation. And so that they kind of brought me to that headspace, started thinking down the road. I have young kids right now, so we're a little ways out, but it kind of gave me a little bit of parental anxiety feels, if I could.
You
be so
can.
honest.
You can, Brian. That's allowed here on this show. Yes.
We will indeed allow it. You know what? I'm not much of a dancer, and that may shock people, but I love that they love dancing. There was something about that storyline of them meeting at dancing, her wanting to have continued to dance, but her ex-husband not wanting to dance.
Monster.
Getting back together with Sam, going out, like all of the dancing storyline, even though the idea of going out dancing when I could be in bed at night, like hurts me to my core. But I love that it did it for them.
You identify with the ex-husband, but you appreciated the story.
There we go. That's a good way of putting it. Do you like
100%.
to dance, though, like, at all? Will you hit out the dance floor and go to town?
Will I hit up a
I've
dance?
never seen Bran hit up the dance floor and go to town, ever.
Yeah, I'm not. It's not
Even
my,
at his wedding,
Yeah.
not a big dancer.
I feel you
not
on
a big
that.
dancing. Yeah.
What do you got going here? You good? Yeah.
I'm a singer.
Yeah, big
I
singer.
like singing.
Karaoke.
Karaoke
Get out of
all
his
day
way.
long.
Yeah.
That I will leave my bed for.
That's right. Yes. Good. Glad we know.
Yeah.
I had parental frustration feels, not anxiety feels, but the fact that these two parents who don't agree on much could agree that they should tell their daughter how to live her life was just absurd to me. She's 23 in the movie. Is that correct?
Yep.
That's when I got engaged. I got married right after I turned 24. She decided not to go to med school and decided to pursue something else. Like, she's 23, guys. Yeah. She's not 13. She's not 10. She's 23 years old. The fully fledged adult here. Like, stop. Yeah. Stop being the worst.
I got married at 21.
Yeah.
And neither one of our parents tried to talk us out of it.
Yeah.
Which I'm very thankful for because it worked for us.
Yeah, I got married. I was 24 and my wife was 22.
I mean, you would hope that at that point you have done your job as a parent to
That's right.
to know that your kid is able to know whether or not that's right for them.
My thing is this, is your job and this could be way off, but it's my opinion, your job as a parent of a kid in their 20s and 30s and whatnot isn't to tell them everything to do and isn't to bail them out of every situation. It's to be just someone who's there to offer advice if they ask for it, to make sure that they are there if they need like some serious help, but to be a friend, a loving pursuant friend that loves their kid that is now an adult and gets to make their own decisions. It's not to tell them what to do, and it's not to bail them out financially all the time. It's to be in between those two buoys. It's to be there and say, hey, I've done this before. I can give you advice if you want it, but if you want to do your own thing, I still love you. I'll still be here. I'll make sure as long as I can that you're going to be happy and be healthy, and I'll help you in any way I can, but it's not my job. It just isn't. And it's frustrating. And I know that this is probably real to life. I know that Terry Hatcher's character represents a lot of moms out there who are like, you're too young to get married, or you shouldn't do that. I thought that was coming later. I get that. I just personally, it's real frustrating. It's frustrating because they're an adult. Like, let them do what they want to do now. There's Parenting Talk with Dan. We did it.
She still
Air fryer suck.
looks like easy breezy compared to Pumpkin Everything Grandpa.
Yes, yeah. Pumpkin Everything Grandpa's next. You don't want to take the night. That's worse because now that kid is 18, which is still a kid for all intents and purposes, and they're telling that kid, if you don't do what I want to do, I'm not paying for it. That's the worst. That's worse than Terry Hatcher and what's his name?
Let's take one more quick break, guys, if you guys don't mind, and we'll come back with the wait, what, and the what the Hallmark here on Deck the Hallmark on WLAR.
Rango.
Lizards.
The Lizards.
I did it.
Well, I said Rango, which is a lizard from a movie.
Guys, we've done it. We're back on track.
Why is this radio station advertising for Rango?
They love it, actually. In between each song or show, they play a clip. From the
Rango
movie.
clip. Yeah, as they do.
Which, oddly enough, that radio station is in Alaska, which,
That's
as far as I know, they don't have lizards there. It's time for Wait What. It's the part of the show we talk about what in this movie made us go, wait, what? Brian, what you waiting and what you wanting?
So my thing is, I had a couple, but then you said something, Bran, while you were watching this movie that sparked an idea in my mind, and it was that you mentioned that Mark, the father and the dad, was about to go murder Sam at one point. And I thought, that guy, Mark, his character would make a great murderer in a thriller. That I like just the way he was in this movie. I think you could turn him on a dime, and he would make a great character like that. And the only other thing was fireworks as a birthday present? Question mark.
I will say this: it works well when you spin her around at the exact moment they start.
Yeah.
That timing requires
so much
in-ear Bluetooth, like long range. Like there's a lot that has to happen.
My
there.
wait, what
Weather.
in regards to the fireworks was this is a very expensive gift to kiss through.
That's right. Yes. Yeah.
You bought it to look at it.
That's right.
And she looks at it for all of 5 seconds, and then you turn her back around, do this whole thing, and then you kiss, and you miss a good bit of the very expensive fireworks show.
And it did rain right before, and so they probably would. Maybe
the
that's
rain
a wait
is
what.
very selective around here. I just want to be
That's
clear.
true. Yeah. Well, they're in a weird spot on the water, and so you never know.
You never know. I have two. One is her when she not meets Emily, but Emily realizes that Mindy maybe knew her mom when she was alive because she dated Sam. And Mindy's like, yes, I did. And then she says, I'm sorry for your loss, crazy small world. In like one, like there's no pause there. I'm sorry for your loss, crazy small world. Mm-hmm. And it just made me chuckle because it's a very interesting thing to say after I'm sorry for your loss.
Crazy small world.
I'm sorry for your loss, crazy small world.
That's right.
Got to fix that in post. But.
I'm sorry for your loss, crazy small world.
Maybe that's what she calls her, like a nickname.
Sorry for your loss, crazy small world.
I'm sorry for your loss, crazy small world.
Hey, crazy small world. Can you pass the ketchup?
Crazy small world. And I don't know what type of doctor Dad is, but can't be the one who just because it rains, he's going to miss another week of work, of doctoring.
Right. Nope, that's weird.
Hey, hospital, I know things are going on, but it rained?
Yeah, there's some precipitation.
So it would be best for me to miss another 5 days.
You know my precipitation policy.
It's in my clause.
You know
it's in my doctor clause. Dan?
I'm now back on the parent's side for getting mad at their daughter because if she had become a doctor, she would have been Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And I just now thought of that. And, now, nope, should have been a doctor. I mean, you have the last name. You've already done the hard part.
Well, they make a Dr. Quinn Medicine. They say it.
They do?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that takes some sting out of that.
Are we going to get through all this without even bringing up the Bringing Muffins Back reference that happened in this movie?
Can we just not?
You guys, you didn't like that?
Oh, it's terrible.
I thought that was nice. I was surprised by it.
You hated it too, didn't you, Brandon?
Brandon
I didn't love
he
it.
didn't understand it.
I didn't love
He didn't get it.
Hey,
I got it.
You didn't get like where it fit in. Like, why did that happen? Type of.
if we were
question,
doing,
right?
yeah, it was bad though, right? Like it wasn't good. You cringe.
I like it if it. I like it. I think I like it if it's improv and it made it in.
That makes sense.
And it felt improv.
You're trying.
I thought it caught me off guard. I was surprised.
If we had top 5 answers on the board of things a sociopath would remember, his ex-girlfriend from 40 years ago's home address would have to be on there, right? Right?
Steel trap.
Like, I got to be honest.
Exercise.
The only address I remember from high school is my now wife's address. I remember that because we dated in high school and then got married, and her parents still live there to this day. They are in their, she's turning 50. Okay. They're in their 50s. They dated when they were probably 16. She hasn't lived there for over 30 years, and he's just like pops that address off like he was there yesterday waiting for her to return home. Terrifying stuff out there. Terrifying. Sam is wonderful. Not his best moment. May I submit to you, I know we've had a lot of air fryer moments, but may I submit to you that no homemade French fries have ever tasted as good as the French fries that these two people are eating?
Yeah. You're right.
Even in frying in oil on the stuff, like getting French fries right in your home is very hard to
Impossible.
Very hard.
do. Impossible.
Especially those are those thick boys too.
Those are thick boys.
steak
thick
fries.
boys.
I just can't
Which
imagine.
thick boys are hard to get right.
That's right.
When you have an actual fryer.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, because they don't. The consistency is important there.
I
Get the
wanted to
crisp on
see
the
how they
outside.
made them.
Yeah, me too.
How'd
They're
you do
talking
that?
about like the world's best French fries. Did you
Maybe
send
it
out
made me
for
want
those?
French fries though.
Hey, why exactly did anyone want the dad there? Like, can you remind me? I know she said she wanted him there because she wanted him to be there for the proposal. But as soon as he gets there, he's just the worst person. Like,
he
he's
brought
terrible
carnations.
to his daughter and to his ex-wife. And we're like, why? Why did we invite him? I don't know. It's pouring outside the day that they're going to do the hot air balloon thing. And they're like, what are we going to do now? The engagements ruined, the day's ruined. And the dad is like, I got you, honey. Don't worry. Cut to them on a boat in sunshine. What was did he have a boat on a lake an hour away?
Yeah.
Where was the sunshine? Because if you had the sunshine, you fixed the problem.
Yep.
Where did they go?
Yeah.
It can't be downpouring that hard and be that sunny in the same area. Like you've defied all meteorology there. You've done it.
It was especially confusing because she lives on a lake.
Yes.
It was especially
And
confusing.
then they're on the lake, and the dad goes, "See, weathermen are never right."
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. How far down the lake did you sail? Like, where did you go? Dude gets his ex-wife a pearl necklace, and
Where are your pearls?
Where are your pearls?
Wow.
And impressive. Then he puts the necklace on her. He does not do the normal romantic go behind her and remove her hair. He reaches around her neck and puts them on flying blind.
Yeah.
Which is
And I got to be honest.
incredibly tough. to do.
To do that as quickly as he did it.
That's a minute to win it competition.
That is, I am just telling you,
You
right
have a
now,
minute to win it.
You have to
Put a necklace
on.
around this dubby.
Yeah,
minute
that
to win
is
it.
virtually impossible to do in a minute, much less in the 3 seconds it took him on one try to just go click, it's in there. We did it, gang. Move along. Impressive. Just impressive across
Magnetic.
the board. She gets her daughter a hashtag sorry cake, and it says hashtag sorry in it. That same cake is used at her birthday
Yeah, same cake.
without hashtag sorry written in the top of it. So they literally use the cake later in the movie, and then they decorate the top of it and use it earlier in the movie.
Hashtag resourceful.
Yeah. Hashtag wait what is what it is.
Hashtag economical.
That's all I got.
It's time for What the Hallmark Inspired Show. We wonder what could have been, maybe good questions we still have. Brian, what are you still wondering about, buddy? Brian,
I feel like we just did this. Didn't we?
what the Hallmark?
Didn't we just
No.
do this?
No, we did the wait
you
what.
did your what the Hallmark during the segment, and I was wondering about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So
I
you wanna
did.
do your wait
I did
what's
them
now,
backwards.
or
Yeah,
what?
I'm going to have to do my wait what, I guess.
Oh,
Well, let's see if I can rephrase this as a question. Actually, you know what's worse than a cake in the rain? 3 cakes in the rain.
Yeah.
They brought out 3 cakes in the rain.
You nailed it.
Yeah. I
You know what's
mixed up-
worse? In the rain, a cake, 3
3
cakes
of
in
them.
the rain.
Oh, this is a good. Actually, this one.
3 cakes.
3 cakes.
All right,
in
here
the
we
rain.
go. Here we go.
So this one.
All right, it's
so
time for What the Hallmark.
Yeah, let's
Here we go.
start it.
Brian, what do you got, buddy?
Cut it in right there. So when she finds out her coworker, the teacher, got laid off, she says, "We'll switch it.
Here's a good one.
I quit. You're fine. Don't worry about it."
Yeah.
I don't think that can happen when there's a pool of layoffs.
That's
you
not how
don't-
that works.
You don't get to flop out of that
It's
pool.
not a this one's for Rudy situation.
It is possible that he was fired for a reason other than he's the newest hire.
True.
It
Bingo.
is possible he wasn't a good teacher.
That's what the hallmark of the movie, right?
Yeah.
Like that is like you can't.
Yes.
That's not how substitutionary atonement doesn't work when it comes to firing. You don't just.
Well done.
Thank you. I'm here to help.
Mine is there. The bridge that's in the middle of the woods there. I would like. It seems very well done. Is a well done structure. Most bridges that I come across in the woods don't look like that. So
And you come across a lot of bridges
all the
in
time.
bridge or two.
Usually
On the
it's like,
regular.
hey, here's a piece of wood. Do
Yeah.
the best you can getting across it. This was a full like Falls Park suspension bridge setup, and I was impressed by it. I would like to know who did it and how much time that spent them. I mean, that took them.
Yep.
How much time that spent them?
They spent
My big one was the dude that got fired, that got his job back somehow because Terry Hatcher decided to quit and take his place. She's the faculty Jesus, apparently.
Yes.
That was the
I saw
one, and
Faculty Jesus live, by the way.
dude.
Relatively offensive, but when you get
Yeah.
past that,
Did you see him at the Source?
I did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're really good. That's home turf for them, though. You know what I mean?
Home turf.
That's where they get all the pyrotechnics. You know?
Exactly right.
And then my other one, coincidentally, was also the selective rain that allowed them to have 3 cakes under one umbrella, and everything was fine there. But it's pouring down rain. That scene was a mess. They decided they wanted to have rain, and that was a choice they made, I guess. Or was it raining and they worked around it? I don't know. But really, really, really bad.
We did, everybody. Congratulations. Hey. Wow. Next week, everybody, we got another preview show. Last one. We've got a kickoff show, which is different.
Good God, man. How is it different? We've already told them the ones we're looking forward to the most. We've already given everyone a candy cane. We've given some a cream. We've talked about the movies ad nauseum. We know more about the movies than the people making them. We're going to kick this season off by doing what exactly?
Still got some in the tank, so I'm ready for it.
We have not said in list form which ones we're most excited for and least excited for.
I can take care of that in the next preview episode. Don't worry.
No, I
not-
want
I'm going to
do.
spoil it for you next preview episode.
You
Listen
have
to the
da-
next
need
one, and then
data.
we'll go from there.
We need the data of all the previews to use in the kickoff.
It's like
I will say this: we have done kickoff episodes since the very beginning.
it's true.
And so I will
And
grant you that.
I almost forgot about
But
it.
do you know what? I was under the impression, I know this is going to be crazy, that the kickoff episode was the preview episode.
Different words, different altogether.
No.
It's coming from a guy who's
No, that's on
bashing
me.
air fryers.
That's on me. That's my non-air frying, non-preview show love and self. And that's on me. I'm sorry.
Can I ask guys?
Yeah.
Are you?
You've been
Yeah.
doing your
I'm just evolving. I'm still trying to evolve.
Guys, I hope you all enjoy your weekend. Do something fun. Do something festive. Do something fall.
foliage.
Do something neat. Until then, maybe the first to wish you a Merry
Christmas.
We wish you a
The
Merry
Hallmark is a That
Christmas.
Sounds Fun podcast. It's produced by Tracy Noah's name. It's recorded live in Greenville, South Carolina. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com.